Welcome to day 2 of Sucker Free in 5. Today, I want to talk about being a dope shit magnet. Yes. So I know you've heard these sayings. People say like, "Oh, your vibe attracts your tribe." This is true. It attracts your tribe and every fucking thing else in life. Duh. It's the law of magnetism. It says, scientists call them like strings of energy. Some people, you hear people call it a vibe or a frequency or whatever it is. But basically, it says everything that you are, everything that you, all of your thoughts, all of your actions, your aura is a frequency. And when you are in a good mood or in a bad mood or in a mood or a state of gratitude, that is the frequency that you are tuned into. And so everything that comes to you is now attracted to you because it heard you or felt you through that frequency, right? So when you're constantly thinking about this frequency that you're, dialed into and the energy that you're sending out, and this energy that you're sending out, it's telling the world, this is how I expect you to be, right? So I think about who I am and who I was before I like learned all this foo-foo meditative shit. And I'm telling you, I was always in some shit, always arguing with people, always fighting, all of that. And what I came to realize is because I spent so much time fighting for my freedom, fighting for, anything, that's what I began to expect in the world. And when I put out this energy that's what I expect, then that's what the fuck kept coming towards me. And so when we realize that like the common denominator in our everyday life is us, okay? And you're like everywhere, every time I fall in love with a motherfucker who betrays me in this particular way. Or, something that happens every time I would go to the airport to fly, I would get into it with some man who wants to sit next to me and I didn't want them sitting there, or whatever the case may be. I have to realize that these situations keep coming up. And these are different people playing out this same scenario. And it's because after I went through whatever I went through the first time, second time, third time, that's what I began to expect. And so that's what the universe put into that. So when you continue to expect for people to betray you or to fight with you or to not have enough money to pay for whatever it is, that is what you're going to continue to attract because you are dialed into that frequency of hostility, that frequency of anger, that frequency of lack. Ooh, I don't have enough time to get into that today, but we will find our space there. So when we talk about wanting to dial our frequency into a space so that we can start attracting dope shit, it's really hard to figure out, how do I do that? How am I supposed to just focus on all of this positive shit, all of this gratitude when life is fucking beating my ass, when shit is hitting me hard, right? And I think that so much of our energy goes into fixing scenarios and being in this perpetual state of wanting things to get right, that we think if we shift our focus to something positive, and if we're constantly focused on gratitude, that other shit, we're just ignoring our problems. That's not true. See, because remember, we have the law of magnetism. So if we are dialed into gratitude, we're pulling in and attracting more events in our lives that are gonna make us feel grateful. And if you're in a constant state of not trying to fix shit and just being grateful for the beautiful things that are, then you're actually starving all of that bullshit that causes your attention and causes you to be dialed in to shit that's not working for you. So being a dope shit magnet, actionable items, focus on your gratitude. Focus on the things that are going right. Spend more time in that. That doesn't mean that you are ignoring shit that needs your attention. It means if you've got 7 days in a week, you are going to spend 6 of those days focusing on the things that are going well, on the things that you want to continue to happen, ruminating over how that made you feel, going over your victories. And then on the seventh day or the seventh hour or whenever, you set aside time to look at your life, to evaluate it, to see, okay, everything, I got all these things going well. What do I need to give some attention to? What do I need to reappraise? How do I turn that back so that I can then fix that? But spend less time focusing on what's not going right, because then you dial into that frequency, and then you keep on calling upon, I'm looking for shit that's not going right. So you shift that focus. You start focusing on your gratitude. You start focusing on the things that are making you happy, bringing you joy, that are keeping you content, right? Last tip while we're on this, when we're thinking about the things that we want, know that they're yours. Know that they are coming to you. Know that as you send out this vibrational energy, that joy is yours, peace is yours, that is, and that love is yours, or finances are yours. All of that is coming to you. Do not cancel that shit out with fear. Fear is the fucking death of gratitude. Don't be too thirsty for that shit. Know that when you're grateful for what you have, right? You're hoping for love. When you're grateful for your love of self, for the love that you have in your community, for the love that you have with your friends, or for the love you have of a pet, the love that you have of anything, you dial into that and stop being so thirsty and focus on the love that you don't have in that one area, and you will become a magnet of love or a magnet of resources. If you don't have enough money to pay your fucking rent, but you got enough money to make sure that you got food in your belly, focus on the gratitude for that. Be grateful for the shit that you do have, and stop worrying so much about what you don't. Stop sending out this energy of desperation, this energy of discontentment, this energy of anguish and war. We're focusing on the dope shit that's happening, and that is how we are going to attract more dope shit into our life. Work on today being a dope shit magnet, thinking about the things that are going well, ruminating over that, having gratitude for it, and realize that will level everything else out. Be a dope shit magnet. Say that with me. I am a dope shit magnet. Good job today.